please do roll call.
Mayor Ambrosio Hernandez,
Present.
Commissioner Lazar Guajardo,
Present.
Commissioner Bobby Carrillo,
Here.
Commissioner Ramiro Caballero,
Present.
Commissioner Daniel Chavez, Commissioner Ricardo Medina,
Present.
and Commissioner Mario Bracamontes. Commissioner Chavez and Bracamontes couldn't make it the meeting, and they asked to be excused.
Okay.
To excuse. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed to pass? They're excused.
Pledge of Allegiance. I guess Luis is not here, so. Pledge?
Yep.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Guajardo, will you do the invocation since you did it at the EDC?
Dear Lord, please enlighten this body so that they can make the proper decisions for the city of Pharr. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen. We have a proclamation proclaiming Motorcycle Awareness Month, Mayor?
Yes. Is Mr. Cannon here?
Yes, sir. Sure.
You want to come up, Andrew? Before we do the proclamation, introduce yourself. Any commentary you want to make, sir, on this?
Yes, sir. I'm here in a different capacity this evening. I'm here. Name's Andrew Cannon. I'm National Vice President of the American Bikers Association. And as you may be aware, May coming up for us is National Motorcycle Awareness Month. I have some colleagues here, some fellow riders, and some friends.
Okay.
I think it's a really good cross-examination across the board of riders. You've got blue collar, white collar, CFOs, business owners, retired pastors, all cross type of people who are riding out here. And I think that brings the importance, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. We have ladies and gentlemen who ride. So we really appreciate the support from the city of Pharr moving forward. We're always looking for those, as we call it, out in cages in automobiles to try to put down that screen and pay a little bit more attention to us on that bike. We don't have that protection. And I don't know anybody who's ever ridden who hasn't had at least one or two close calls with individuals in cars. It's one of those unique situations where maybe you don't have people from the motorcycling community coming to you and asking this, but anything law enforcement could do to assist us with watching out for those individuals that have their noses buried in a screen in their own personal bubble would really be appreciated, because I'd like to see all of these people make it home at the end of the day. And we're losing over one motorcyclist a day in the state of Texas. Last year we had a little over 470 individuals killed. And that's just too much out of things that are silly. Either people turning left, music's too loud, they're not paying attention. Our bikes don't have the same profile. Being a little bit smaller, it looks like we're not coming as fast as we are at intersections. You may not necessarily see them in a blind spot. It's a lot easier to lose us out there. And it's just exponentially harder when you're nose down in a screen, not paying attention, to be able to lose us, and then something fatal can happen. So we appreciate the effort from you, Mayor, the commission, the city of Pharr. I know law enforcement is watching out for us, and we just want to thank you today for all your efforts.
All right, sir. Thank you for those comments, Andrew.
Thank you.
So whereas motorcycle riding is a popular form of recreation and transportation for thousands of people across the state and nation. And whereas motorcycles are a common and economical means of transportation that reduces fuel consumption and road wear and contributes in a significant way to the relief of traffic and parking congestion. And whereas the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Motorcycle Safety Foundation have named May as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. And whereas states and motorcycle organizations across this country will be conducting a variety of activities to promote the importance of motorist awareness and safely sharing the road with motorcycles, and remind riders to make themselves more visible to others. And whereas the city of Pharr wishes to promote the safety campaign of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration in their effort to ensure the safety and well-being of all. Whereas all highway users should unite in the safe sharing of roadways throughout the city of Pharr, Hidalgo County, and American Bike Association with all others on the roadways. Now therefore, I, Ambrosio Hernandez, Mayor of the City of Pharr, Texas, by virtue of the authority vested in me, and on behalf of the Mayor and the City Commission, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2019 as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. In witness whereof, I hereby unto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Pharr to be affixed on this 15th day of April 2019. All right. And you want to come up and take a photo?
I'd like to ask the guys if they'd like to come up too as well for a snap. Yes or no, please.
I'm so sorry. No, I didn't. I saw it. I laughed. And I didn't. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Item 3, public hearing. Hilda, do we have any registered? No. No registered.
Hold on. We have some visitors from UTRGV, right? Yes, sir. You guys want to come up? Yeah. And a young lady, she's got a business in Pharr, correct?
Yeah, we're together.
Yeah.
And
She's got a business in Pharr, right?
yes. Well, hello, everyone. And we had the pleasure of meeting your mayor at a function that we had today where we were celebrating 12 parents. These are low-income parents who completed a difficult program. It's called Abriendo Puertas, Opening Door, and it's a national research-based parent curriculum. So we had a lot to celebrate because, as you know, it takes a lot to bring parents to the table, and the guiding principle of this program is to empower parents to become their children's first teacher. This is part of a 5-year, $45 million 5-year grant that the university received. So we're the grantee, and the school district of Pharr San Juan Alamo is our delegate. So we're in partnership. And I'm about to burn the midnight oil and write a new proposal because we just got awarded 5 more years of funding.
Right.
And so we look forward to forming a partnership with the city of Pharr because we want to expand. This is an opportunity for us to provide comprehensive services to infants and toddlers. So we're the cradle part of the cradle to career education. And as you know, it takes all of us to break the cycle of poverty, to empower parents, to help move the parents to self-sufficiency. So again, Mayor, thank you for this invitation.
Yes, of
You said
course.
3 minutes. I don't want to take more. But with me is one of our child care partnerships, because that's a requirement.
Yes.
Mrs. Guerrero, she has 2 sites, so we have 72 children with her. Now, Early Head Start is now not daycare. We actually teach the children through brain-based, play-based learning, because you know more than anyone else here that that is the time when most of our adult brain is formed. So we do more than just care. It's early care, but also early education. With me is Jessie Vela and Norma Sua. They're 2 of our directors. We are based at Buckner Elementary, even though the 3 of us are employees at the university. So again, thank you so much. We are currently enrolling. And Mayor, we went to the library you told us
did,
about. We also toured. There's only 1 child care center there, so we would love to expand.
Yes.
We're currently enrolling. Our community assessment showed us that there are thousands of children between age 0 and 3 that are not being served. We only have the capacity to serve 372. So in about 5 years, by the time this grant ends in August, we will have served about 1,500 because we are funded for 372.
That's
So
great.
again, thank you.
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, I actually wanted to see, what is her participation, if she can clarify that for the commission so they know
Okay,
what
let me
her
just
role is and what
briefly,
her
yes.
purpose is.
Good afternoon.
The Office of Head Start required that we partner with the child care partners in the community because that's part of having more access to early childhood services for these children, but also to improve early childhood in the community. And she's been one of our best child care partners.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's been a blessing to be part of this initiative of this grant. I've been in business for 11 years. With this grant, what has helped my center is to improve and really offer comprehensive services. So our parents are very pleased that we are basically having a research-based curriculum in other 2 centers. And I've been very fortunate to be part of this great grant. And we're looking forward to bring more partners to move forward and of course expand. And like you mentioned at the graduation, that we need to go more to the south area, and I'll be more than happy to be a tool for those partners that want to come in and join this great partnership.
So for the record, you have a business in Pharr?
Yes, I have a business in
And what's your
Pharr at
business?
South Jackson.
Yes.
It's Little Explorers Development and Learning Center. It's right off Valencia.
Jackson.
It's right on South, yes. And
Great.
I also have another center in Alamo.
Great. So,
Yes.
so we're very excited to have you guys come visit us, because I wanted my commission to hear what you guys did. And yes, we did offer the South Pharr Library. That's really its full name for this endeavor. And because we know we have quite a bit of children, though, then we have 5 school districts within the city of Pharr. And not everybody has the same resources, but we want to be a vehicle for you to be able to do that through the university and through private partnerships, what we want to do. So that's why I want to be sure you guys met our commission, they met you, because we'll be working together very shortly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the
Look
presentation.
forward to it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to item.
If I may, real quick.
Yes,
Amy,
Commissioner Vanilla.
We know the tragedy that happened about a week and a half ago with Trooper. And I just want to get with our PD, the first responders, and our city manager to see if there's anything we could do to help out the family of Trooper Sanchez, who was involved in that mishap or that ridiculous situation that happened that has put this gentleman, well, basically, I think he's still in a coma right now. And, but if there's anything the city of Pharr, I know, we're very up on our first responders, and I'd like to see if you all could do something to help, so we can do some fundraiser or something to help the family, the fire department, pass the boot around or something, just so we can help that family. I'd really, really appreciate if you guys could do something to.
Chief?
Yes, sir, if I may.
Yes.
Actually, Commissioner, we are working on something right now as we speak. This is a conversation that actually we've been having since last week. I was more than glad to give you an update as the week progresses to what is going to be preliminary. We're actually working with RGB Sheepdogs, and we're trying to plan a fundraiser barbecue for the family.
Let me know, keep me informed, because I really want to help these people out. I mean, it was a tragedy for somebody who's out there trying to protect and serve, and it was just an unfortunate situation for the family. Okay, thank you.
Where's the appeal here?
6A. All right, thank you, Commissioner. Moving on to item 4A, with the submission of sales tax, we had another strong month. The sales tax activity for the city of Pharr as of the month of April 2019 has shown an overall positive trend in an amount of 1.9 million from this point last year, or an increase of 19.21% increase. So this is like 4th or 5th month in a row, I think we've been growing. Right.
Still in double digits, still percentage-wise, we're still in the 20th% growth, right? Year over year, yeah. That's great.
Moving on to item 4B, submission of March 2019 tax collection report. Current tax collections as of March 2019 are 17,498,166, or 91.38% collected out of this year's tax levy. It's a 0.25 decrease compared to last year. The delinquent tax collections as of March 2019 are $385,272, which is 15.44 collected out of previous year's tax rolls. This is a decrease of 0.01 compared to last year. As far as the city events, friendly reminder that the city clerk's office will be open for election duties on Good Friday from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Since Good Friday is not defined as a state holiday under the government code, a city would need to remain open for at least 3 hours because it is the last day for a voter to hand deliver their application for a ballot by mail. For more information, please contact City Hall. Early voting locations, we got the Pepe Salinas Civic Center and the Development and Research Center. The schedule for those two locations is Monday, April 22nd through Friday, April 26th, 8 to 6. Saturday, 8 to 5. Monday, the 29th, 7 to 7. And Tuesday, April 30th, 7 to 7 p.m. The election day would be on Saturday, May 4th, and the polling locations are open from 7 to 7 p.m. Moving on to item 5A is consent agenda. These items are considered non-controversial and routine.
Vote for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? Those all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Moving on to item 6A. Consideration and action, of any, on ordinance appointing presiding judge for precincts 61, 116, and 240, the Pharr Housing Authority, for the general municipal election on Saturday, May 4th. Maria Del Rio Martinez is unable to serve as presiding judge at this time, therefore she respectfully requested a replacement, and Christopher Michael Weaver has indicated interest in serving as presiding judge. Staff recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Those all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 6B, consideration and action, if any, on resolution authorizing the emergency hiring for summer seasonal positions to include recreation, athletic, and aquatic staff. The Park and Rec Department wishes to begin the employment process for seasonal staff needed for the summer programs. As you all know, during elections, we have we do a hiring freeze, and so we're asking for permission to start posting these.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Those all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 6C, consideration and action, of any, on resolution authorizing the emergency hiring for Tierra del Sol Golf Course Landscaping Superintendent, and the same logic
Move
extends
for
to this.
approval.
Second.
Any discussion? Those all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 6D, consideration and action, of any, on resolution adopting the Water and Conservation Plan and Drought Contingency Plan. The resolution's in your packet. Staff recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Those all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 6C, consideration and action, of any, on resolution in support of the redesignation agreement and bylaws for the proposed Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization. And I think we have Andrew Cannon here to make a few remarks.
We have the expert of the MPO here with us.
Thank you for those kind words, Mayor. I just want to say what a momentous occasion that this is, to be here this afternoon, to have the city of Pharr moving forward with this merger. It's through the due diligence that the mayor has put forth with the committee, working with the other elected officials, Mayor Darling, Mayor Boswell, Mayor Martinez, Judge Trevino, and Judge Cortez, to be able to get all of them together. I know that they had a very productive meeting in Austin, and to be able to come to a resolution on what's best for the valley as a whole. And I think that this merger, with the way that this document is worded, sets to do exactly that. So I think it's a great time for us. There's going to be financial opportunities that we've never had before, whether it's added capacity projects to the roadways, whether we're talking about hike and bike trails, or more transit for the areas that need it, or for us, for the individuals who want to be able to take transit. All of this won't happen overnight, but I think within that 10-year window, we're going to see a great influx of more prosperity to the area in the way of transportation funds, and a lot of it stemmed from the leadership that we have right here. So I couldn't be happier to be here to discuss this and answer any questions that you may have, although I would argue that the expert on this is sitting at the center. He has spearheaded us through this process, and I think everybody's ready to go, so it's momentous.
Andrew, can you explain to the public why do people refer to as the MPO wanting to be at the table? What table are they referring to as far as resources?
The discussions with TxDOT. TxDOT lays a lot of weight on the larger areas, Dallas, Houston, Austin, and San Antonio, because that's our big metroplex areas. We are about to be categorized as a metro area from TxDOT. El Paso was trying to get that, and I know that they did let El Paso know, you're going to have to hold on. We're going to the RGV with that designation. It gives us an opportunity of an area of 1.5 million people just on this side of the border alone, not to mention the 300,000 or 400,000 individuals that we have who come over here to work, go to education, enjoy the economy that we have here and entertainment, and then the influx of winter Texans that we have come down here on a regular basis to enjoy the fair weather that we have during the winter season. This gives us a voice to sit down with them and say, this is what we need done in the valley to meet our demands. And we've come together collectively, which you've been asking us to do for some time. We've succeeded. What are you going to bring to the table? And I think that's going to come basically in the way of discretionary funds. For us, we'll see some increases in formulated dollars to the area, but the real pot that we want to go after, and again, accolades to the mayor, because what we did even on the interchange that we have here, we went after those discretionary dollars that are available at TxDOT. This is going to give us more opportunity to do that, to be able to talk about projects like the IBTC, which is the Hidalgo County MPO's priority project. Cameron County with the Second Causeway, which we all know is beneficial. And what I really love about the dialogue, if I can, is that when we go through this, most everybody's not looking at area. We realize that if you put a second causeway on South Padre Island, statistically about 50% of all summer visitors at South Padre Island come from Hidalgo County. While that project may be in Cameron County, it's a Hidalgo County project. It impacts us. It's good for us. If we get IBTC going and underway, that's gonna be a good positive impact for Cameron County, or 1925, Monte Cristo, or the La Jolla bypass. These are truly regional projects that people have been able to step back, have a regional vision of, and know that it's not a Brownsville project. It impacts all of us, because people come from Brownsville to work here. People go there to work and party and have a good time and go to school at the campus there or the campus here. So I'm glad to see that perspective. It's very positive, and I think we're all gonna be rewarded for that.
Yes, and I wanted to thank the commission, because the commission allowed me to be the representative at the MPO, which ultimately led for me to be the chairman. And as chairman of the MPO, for me, our number one priority is we need to get everybody connected, whether you're in Starr County, whether you're in the South Padre Island or in the north. What we want to stop seeing is roads being built that are to nowhere, dead ends. They have to be connect north, south, east, and west for the entire population, not just what's best for Pharr or Brownsville or Harlingen or McAllen, but what really do we need to do to move people throughout the entire Rio Grande Valley safely, quickly, especially when there's harm's way, such as, you know, hurricanes that come through here. We want the big rigs, the traffic, which are vital for our economy, to be utilizing good highways other than downtown. So for us, when we looked at it at the MPO, we saw it as it's a no-brainer. We really need to come together and put our, as I put it to them, we need to leave our egos outside, and let's get in the room and let's sort out what we really want to do for our constituents. And to the, you know, I would give accolades to the Brownsville mayor, you know, Tony Martinez, and Boswell as well from Harlingen, Jim Darling from McAllen, Mr. Molina, Mayor Molina from Edinburgh, and Dr. Ocaña from Mission. And our judges, of course, Cortez and Trevino, were all very adamant, all arguing on their behalf or their respective areas, and rightfully so. They're elected officials. They're supposed to be protecting you. But at the end, we saw it that it was in our best interest to put everybody's needs in one bucket and say, really, this is our area, because our fight when it comes to funding is not McAllen, it's not Pharr. It's really, I'm fighting Fort Worth, El Paso, Houston, and I wish them nothing but the best, but we also need congestion to be relieved. We also need traffic to be relieved and safe highways. We deserve it. We pay taxes, and we need to be at that table when they distribute a $10 billion with a B. We need to be there to get our fair share. And now we're going to be there because we have now come together collectively. And so that's what this represents. So as a director, you know, of the MPO of Hidalgo County, you've been a huge asset to us. You've been a great advisor. You've been helping out the Hidalgo County MPO. I know you've been working quietly behind the scenes, and I wanted to acknowledge the fact that you've been very instrumental in getting it done, among the other elected officials as well. As a director, I'm very proud to have you as our director for the Hidalgo County MPO, and we look forward to getting this done for the betterment of our entire Rio Grande Valley community. And thank you for coming today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Andrew. Moving on to item,
Good vote, right?
We haven't
Oh,
voted
sorry,
on it.
yeah.
Yes.
Mayor, I just wanted to make a comment that,
Commissioner.
to congratulate you on this thing. I don't know if people understand the importance of what you guys have accomplished, but, to be able to get everybody to agree on what you guys decided, and the fact that all of them in there are mayors, and they all have their own kingdom, and they think that they are the ultimate decision in what happens. And so it's very hard to work with those people, and I just glad that you were able to get that accomplished, and because this is very important for everybody, the whole valley, so, and of course Cameron County as well.
Absolutely.
But congratulations, Mayor, on your accomplishment.
Thank you, sir.
Great job.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? I was all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. We are going to merge.
finally, yeah. All right, item 7A, the presentation on 2019 City of Pharr Performance Review Survey. On this one, there is no action required, but the gentleman is out sick, so he will not be presenting today.
Okay?
Yeah,
No
so,
action.
no action. Item 8A, consideration action of any amending agreement between the City of Pharr and Civic Plus for the agenda management software. This is the software that we use to create our agendas,
Okay.
so staff recommends approval.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? I was all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 8B, consideration and action of any on interlocal agreement with PSJ ISD for use of Dr. William Long Elementary School City Park and the empty areas south of PSJ North High School for the City of Pharr Independence Day Festival on Saturday, June 29th, 2019, with a rainy date of Sunday, June 30th, 2019.
Okay.
Staff recommends approval.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? I was all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
And item 8C, consideration and action of any on award of contract for the Las Milpas Road Left Turn Lane Construction Project. Staff recommends award of contract for Las Milpas Road Left Turn Lane Construction Project to the lowest responsive and responsible bidder, Texas Cordia Construction from Mattenburg, in the amount of $513,473.
Okay.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? Those all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. We are adjourned. The time is 4:31. Thank you, everybody.